I wanted to do a video. Apparently, both my pulmonologist and cardiologist have both strongly advised me to get back into weightlifting for my health. Okay, so I am going to get back into weightlifting. Essentially, what happened is, apparently, I have had asthma for a very long time and just didn't know it. Of course, because it was being, deemed a panic attack or what have you throughout my whole life. I was being told I had panic attacks, when it was really, breathing issues caused by the asthma, which later probably has caused, when my oxygen drops, it causes my heart to go crazy. Because of course, when your heart's deprived of oxygen, it can beat rapidly or beat slow. I've had both happen. So essentially, last December is when it really tipped the scale into the point where, this wasn't healthy. However, looking back, what happened is I had to stop weightlifting because a close friend of mine that I was involved with romantically for many years had basically developed a herniated disc, so I was taking care of her for 3 months, and she developed a pulmonary embolism after receiving a spine surgery, things of that nature. During this time, having had stopped weightlifting and not being able to exercise as much as I had put on weight because I was eating as though I was still exercising quite a bit. So I didn't notice it because it wasn't really like I gained weight. It was just the muscle I had slowly started to be replaced with fat. That's when I developed tachycardia, breathing issues like asthma, things of this nature. So in a way, basically I just gained weight. Now, weight gain can cause asthma to develop in adulthood, but also with me, I probably had undiagnosed asthma for many years. Now, I'm taking up weightlifting, bodybuilding style weightlifting, in order to reassert my health. However, I wanted to talk in defense somewhat of Frank Tufano, sort of in defense of Frank Tufano. Frank Tufano uses high repetitions with light weight. I prefer to use high repetitions with light weight. You can develop hypertrophy with high repetitions with light weight. That's possible. Hypertrophy can be achieved through that means, as can the enhancement of strength and things of that nature. There's a myth that you can't do that. However, my job is to cultivate my health. He claims that he's going to take up bodybuilding. Now remember, I said I was taking up bodybuilding too. Well, there's anybody that is lifting weights to reverse entropy and create a stronger physique is taking up bodybuilding. However, there is a difference between somebody like me that would be bodybuilding for health and somebody like him who claims he's going back into professional bodybuilding, that boggles my mind that he was a professional bodybuilder. The other difference is the form that he uses in his lifting and things of that nature is all out of whack. And I want to say this in defense of Frank. I like Frank in a way. Like, I think he's a decent guy that's just a little bit nutty. I believe he had a rough life. I had a rough life too. I relate to Frank in that respect. He had a rough life, so he tried to hide everything behind all this hunter-gatherer nonsense. I too studied hunter-gathering tribes and anthropology and things of that nature, but I did it for cultural reasons at that time. That's why I'm making this video somewhat in defense of him. But what's indefensible is the arrogant way he speaks about vegans and things of that nature. That's indefensible. That's also indefensible the way he promotes the animal slaughter. Okay, that's not defensible either. Now, the thing is, when I take up bodybuilding, I will also be implementing things like iron shirt qigong, the muscle tending and sinew changing qigong set, and I will also be implementing the brain and bone marrow washing qigong, as well as methods of neikong, which is internal elixir breathing, which I covered in that therapeutic breathing video, the book Therapeutic Breathing, which nourishes the organs. See, the difference is in Asian bodybuilding, you're building the body from the inside out. So I will be implementing both the Western and the Eastern practices of body cultivation for total health cultivation, like I was doing prior to the incidents happening, which caused my health to go from fine to really bad really quick. But apparently, from what the pulmonologist thinks and from what the cardiologist thinks, there's no issue with me, except that I need to get in very good shape again. And the good news is, the asthma being moderate, it may even be completely reversible. And that's all for this video. Oh yeah, follow the links. I'm going to put links in the description that are going to handle things like high repetitions for hypertrophy and things of that nature. Also, the Asian practices, not all of them, but I will put different videos I find on the Asian practices, the Qigong practices, such as the bone marrow and brainwashing Qigong, the tending, muscle, and sinew changing Qigong, and the Neikong exercises. And that's all for this video.